Oh, my elbow popping did actually go through the mic. Neat. Good to know. Now this should look a little bit better. I don't know 100% that it will, but I'm not rendering it at 1080p anymore. I'm rendering it at 720. Still doing... I don't know why I keep trying to do that as if I will have an in-game map. As you can see, we have the cestus in our left hand. That is the end result of me dicking around with all of the weapons that I had, and I put basically everything that I didn't care for away. And otherwise we are as we were before. Now, I don't know that the weight for the ring is worth it, but also we're still below the 70%, so I don't give a shit. I don't think I put too much of the armor away. Yeah, it didn't matter. I have most of the heaviest armor that I have on, because again, aside from the dark leggings, which it would be useful if I could get that while maintaining our current. That looks really dumb, but it would still be useful, just for a little bit extra defense, a little bit extra poise, although I'm not 100% certain I know how the fuck poise works here. The hit stun on certain things just seems to go through regardless. So, when I say that I don't think that I have completed some of these areas, what I'm meaning by that is, like, High Wall of Lothric. I'm not sure I have found everything. I'm certain there are paths I missed. Undead Settlement, I'm certain there are paths I've missed. Road of Sacrifice, I'm not done in the slightest. I know that for a fact. Because I haven't found a path out. Above and beyond everything else, I have not found a path to another area. Although I didn't check in the Crystal Sage area once I had finished, so... Ah. Nice. Although I don't think that's actually useful right now. I think I need a second to get another upgrade on this Irithyll longsword. Speaking of... Okay. So there are 2 enemies there. Well, 2 enemies that we can see there. I shouldn't just state 2 enemies because that looks like there is the distinct possibility for another. Oh, I didn't even... Huh. Was I looking at a lower path? The way some of these tie together... Ah, there we go. Good enough. Yeah, I heard that guy stomping around, and, Herald armor, okay. Why? Oh, that guy just didn't move. I heard I heard the priest. Why the fuck does this guy running have damage frames, have a hurt box. No, seriously, why the fuck does him running up to you hurt? Okay, so it looks like there's nothing up here. Which makes sense, it's just an area so that prior Ripsaw guy can get a jump on you. And so that you can get jumps on those crystal lizards. I'm always surprised to see bloodstains around areas with older enemies. Well, older in this case now. Just because it's one of those things of you'd think people would know how to deal with them. But I guess there's also the possibility... What? They're already another one. I guess there's always the possibility of you see new moves. Cathedral of the Deep, huh? Try left. Paladin's ashes. What are ashes? Okay, I guess that's... extremely literal. There's also the other spots where I definitely have not finished. I don't know that I explored around the Old Wolf of Farron. I mean, in addition to, I definitely did not finish the Road of Sacrifices or the Keep Runes. I wasn't willing to deal with the crabs for the most part. They're, handmade?
Ah, well met, Ashen One. How may I be of service? Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment.
Don't eat the ash.
I only hope these new wares content thee.
So it's not this stuff. Oh yeah, the tower key is why I was saving money in the first place. Looks like there's some new weapons. Morningstar, Crescent Axe. Maybe one of the talismans? I don't know. A torch. And some new armor. Including Exile's armor, although that might have come from us killing the Chucklefucks with the Great Club and the Great Herb Sword. Because those had that same armor. Oh, and Sage's Big Hat. Oh, Big Hat Logan. Yeah, okay. That's quite a bit of poise, but I don't seem to recall it helping them, so maybe poise does not affect you for hit stun? Is poise just not as good in this game? That's kind of disappointing. Boost damage absorption when HP... Oh, for shield.
Ashen One, be sure to bring...
So... But yeah, basically one of the reasons that I'm thinking I definitely have some issues as far as exploration goes is not this, but these things. Give to a sorcerer. Well, obviously that's not Yul, that's not Yulia. Or is it I don't fucking remember. Give to a storyteller. I've not found anybody that teaches miracles, so... You know, subjectively, I'm thinking, okay, that's probably either High Wall or Undead Settlement. Because I think I was able to get those either late Undead Settlement or early Road of Sacrifices. And as mentioned, I also know for certain I didn't do a good job exploring around the Old Wolf because I didn't think there was going to be anything. I probably should join the Covenant. I probably should just join every Covenant that becomes available. I don't know that there's a disadvantage. And also, if I remember correctly, we can set our... Oh, can we not set our Covenant? I don't know what the difference is. Somewhere we can set our Covenant. I'm not sure what is up here. That is... Is that really all that's up here? I don't know if I'll be able to fight this guy very well. Oh, that's a new trick. I don't know that I really want to put too much effort into it because we're 2.5k short of where we want to be. But good to know that that's up there. I'll have to check that out when I'm not in a position where a few fairly easy fuck-ups would lose me the souls I've been working on. I don't know if... I don't think I did too much exploration as far as here, but I don't know that there's really too much to explore. Okay, I guess there was. Ah. More ashes. I should rate that one up, rather than the one that I wanted to rate down. But that one should have been obvious when I ran around, because that thing was visible on the outside. I just didn't notice it. And it should have also been... I'll jump into the room real quick. I'm going to be leaving this area. Should also have been obvious because that was visible. I just didn't think to put 2 and 2 together at the time, and I figured it was something we would get to later. Technically speaking, I was correct, but not... I didn't need to be correct in that manner.
Well, how may I... Ashen One, what woeful umbral ash is this? This barren dust, stuff of a fool, won't yield aught. Where didst thou happen upon the stuff? Tell me for the sport. Oh yes, I see. Clinging to lofty dreams in this dying world, more's the pity. It must come from one most foolish indeed. Wouldst thou not agree?
Weird. Oh, shards. I don't know if that was the Paladin or the Dream Chaser. Oh, there's a couple more, so there's some leather armor. Yeah. So, Baron's Keep, one of the issues that I have had is my brain keeps dropping it over to,
Ashen One, be sure to...
think of it as Farum, which was one of the armor sets into probably a land as well, but ultimately my brain knows it as an armor set. What else was it? Oh yeah, I think I have a soul for that, for transitioning. And of course there's the Lautrec thing I have mentioned several times. I was thinking one of the other ones. Oh no, it's this actual weapon I have, Irithel. There's a distinct possibility that that is supposed to, well, not necessarily supposed to, but is somewhat referential to, like, Izalith. I just don't fully remember what the fuck Izalith is supposed to be. This is one of the issues of having vague memories at best of 90% of this shit. So this will put it in greater parity with the broadsword.
Prithee, be careful.
The little bit of money on that is minor. I think I actually have some souls I could spend to get possibly all the way up to the 20k. Yeah, definitely all the way up to the 20k. So, before I was thinking...
Ashen One, be sure to...
originally, I guess I should say, I was thinking that that key would be used... Oh, I was going the wrong way. Doesn't really matter. Up front, outside there. But I now know that that is... it's only openable from the other side. Huh. Mentally, this area I have entirely backwards, so... I can't really sit here and say I have a good mental picture of this, because my mental picture is about as far from accurate as you can get. It is basically entirely wrong. For one thing, I don't remember how the fuck to go up. Which is not helping me right now. So, is... Ah, there it is. Ah, and the... transition isn't working right now. I don't know why it takes so long for this to load. I suspect it's because they don't want to have too much loaded. Weird. At the same time, they don't want to have a long loading screen for that. But I'm pretty sure this is the... And I suspect somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing could probably get up on that roof. But I'm not good at Dark Souls jumping, so Dark Souls platforming is not a fun time, in my opinion. Wait a fucking sec. Is that a bonfire? Is that a bonfire I've lit? Oh, of fucking course it. Oh, hello, roof. I only see the one item there, so I'm gonna... And there's definitely also gonna be stuff down there. I even see a skeleton down there. I mean, I see that item, but that seemed rough to get to. Case in point. Fortunately, with only 300 and so souls, none of this is that big of a deal. Oh, Cirrus is back.
Hello again. I have since heard a great deal about you. For one, that you are most gentle of heart. I, too, am bound by duty, but can offer you my sign. If I can be of help, by all means, blessing of the moon upon your journey. If you should acquire a blessing of the moon.
Strange. I wonder what made her have a change of heart. Not really relevant, I guess, but kinda neat. Oh. Okay, yeah, probably want to fall off the roof there just so that you can pick that ladder down. It's also one of those things where... Ugh. I'm glad I didn't have souls to lose. Okay, so there is the item. But there might be other stuff up here. Normally there is. Oh, okay, so the bonfire that I saw was the Gunder bonfire. Oh, that's just the other side we saw. Why would you be able to drop down there? There's a crystal lizard. Well, we did open up that transition. Time to see if there's anything other than a crystal lizard up here. Honestly, I suspect the answer is no, but... Huh. Yeah, this is the same type of thing that Oh. Ooh. I do not want to be running here. Okay, so there's more stuff over here. Whoop. That's one of the reasons I don't want to be running, but apparently I don't want to be, you know, moving like a dingus either. So I actually moved in the direction I intended to for the first time in Firelink. So one of the reasons that I actually have the Cestus equipped is I was messing around with it, and occasionally it's kind of fun to mess around with it. Also, it's just kind of useful to have it as a put your sword away so I can actually see shit dingus. Retrieve our 0 souls.
Me, bumperum.
Oh, that's just sharp. As I would say that I wish I had come here earlier, but I don't. I assume it's same as 1 and 2, you just drop shit. I have not the foggiest idea as to what to drop, though, with them, well, with us not seeing smooth and shiny stones. Where the fuck... This drop... Why the fuck does this drop do? I don't see the point of this, so... Let's fall off. Oh! Covetous Silver Serpent's Ring. Let's put that on, see if that fucks up our roll. It does not. That's going to be more useful than the, what's it called? The faster sorceries?
Ah, 'tis good, wasn't he?
I don't know why some of these things default to no.
Be careful.
But yeah, the real reason that I have the Cestus equipped is because it's a light weapon that provides parrying. The rapier was also a perfectly fine option, but it's like 4 times as heavy. So, I don't know if I have finished... Well, no, actually that's not true. I know I have not. Because I know I have the part accessible through here. Across the bridge. I think I have finished with the items in the main part of Firelink, but not this hour. One reason I kind of like the Sellsword's, I think it's a Sellsword's armor, yeah, is because it, with the cape and with the general styling of it, it reminds me of... What? Oh, that's where that was. Wait. Okay, so maybe we give that to the Firekeeper. I don't have the foggiest what the fuck it'll do, but, you know. If there is anything here, this is... Huh. That feels like it's too far. But, I mean... tough to tell. I don't have a good sense of depth perception for this game anyway. Maybe if I hit something that prevented fall damage, or lessened fall damage. Obviously haven't come across the cat's ring or anything here. Oh, that's actually sort of rough. Did I need a later jump? That's certainly possible. I will say, just as with 2, I'm real glad that I came into this one blind, not knowing mechanics, etc. And really just got a clue as far as a suggestion for class. A couple suggestions for class. I think that if I had done it after... I think if I had done the same thing I did with Death's Gambit, which was I was unhappy with the noble start, and went back and, huh. Yeah. That's actually a pretty small area. Is that makeable? Okay, so Firekeeper set. Estus ring, what the fuck does that do? Oh, and this is the way to open this. Oh, that would be rude as hell. If you don't kill the swordsman first, you have to come out and fight him after dealing with those drops. That's pretty mean. Okay, so that thing. Want to go talk to the Firekeeper, and I think otherwise I am done with Firelink for now. I don't even know
Welcome home, Ashen One.
where Havel's set would be.
Ashen One, this is much like what lies within me. Then let it find its own place within my bosom. She will understand. We are both Firekeepers after all.
Huh.
Forgive me, sister. May the flames guide thy way.
I think that's what causes the
Farewell,
hollowing, but
Ashen One.
I don't have the foggiest of ideas as to why that would be useful. If it's useful, other than for aesthetic reasons. That doesn't really tell me anything. Oh, we can fight the demon. Oh, hey, I mentioned the issue that I had with Farron being the Farum armor, and it, conveniently, has shown us the Farum armor. Might be farmed. Yeah, that's definitely a item up there. Are you fucking serious? Is there? Oh, there's a ledge to the left there. Suggesting this is probably. Whoa, that had a lot more momentum than I expected. Since we can't shimmy over a knee-high railing. Oh, damn. So, this dragon is stone. Notably, it doesn't turn to ash. Lightning spear, huh? Well, that is relevant for killing dragons. Dragon Crest Shield. I think that's our second 100%, and, oh. It was made a fair bit heavier, from Dark Souls. So, since we got at least one of the crystal lizards, we want to try to fight these on our own terms. As much as possible, anyway. That actually hits a lot harder than I was anticipating. While I was not able to bait out the backstab... Are you alive? You are unmovable. We can't walk through you, but you don't have a talk prompt. Interesting. I don't really want to swing. Something about the pilgrims, I don't want to swing. Yeah, the treasure is falling to your fucking death. That's a way to get back, I suppose. will say aesthetically that most of these areas are very pleasant in a way that only a handful of Dark Souls 2 areas really were. Huh. We've been on the other side of this. That's the Undead Settlement. But we managed... Oh shit, I didn't think that I had fallen off a ledge, but then I turned around and the answer was, fuck it, let's slap this guy, see if there's any reaction. No. Suppose that's the reason why they have that big old shell on. Nice having this much Estus, because it means I can do stupid shit like that and not really be that concerned. Thank you for the follow. So now, time to do more stupid shit. I was hoping we would get thrown off. So, that's the, that's its ability for if you are into... I had forgotten where we were. I thought we were still at, Firelink for some reason. That's always impressive. My skills for remembering where we have been are always good. Much as my skills at navigation. I'm wondering if the broadsword might do a little bit better, but I didn't really get the, well... Okay, that was me being greedy. We don't have the HP to survive this, especially when we get thrown off like that. I got my wish eventually. Although I should probably start dropping the elevator after I come up if I'm going to be playing like an idiot. So at full health, I do have enough HP to survive one of those, provided I don't get thrown off. Which is always a risk with enemies that throw you. There's also the possibility that the throw does additional damage at the end, which that would be lethal. Tough to tell. I might have just enough health right now. And the, well, demon being kind of more centrally located is probably ideal. Not too concerned with those souls. Not sure how to deal with the boulders yet. I'd only seen it once before, and I had entirely forgotten about them. Let's see if the magic weapon gets this doing more damage. Since Frostbite did not seem to be proccing, I suspect it will. This will be a damage increase. I mean, additionally, the broadsword is just a slightly higher damage weapon. The issue is I will need to get marginally closer, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, it's a tiny bit more damage. But also I'm just a little bit more comfortable with doing the 4-hit combo on it. By comparison, I should actually wait for that to be back at full stamina. If I had just a little bit more stamina, the broadsword would leave me with enough for a roll after the 4. I think if I do a 3 with the broadsword, I can roll and not be bottomed out. But this isn't Dark Souls 2, so bottoming out doesn't seem to do anything. Just ever. So that's good. Oh, I could go over and grab the Crystal Lizard Orb. Let's do that. I have to wonder what the point of that little... I assume it's going to be for sliding. Do want to be a little bit careful. The first time I did that, there was a lot more momentum on that than I expected. And we get Titanite Shard. I think that provides enough for us to get the broadsword to +4. Since I'm not really concerned with dealing with those, I think this is the way back, but it was really close to death last time. Oh, yeah, you need to just not slide all the way down like I did before. Good to know. Oh, I actually don't see how you get over there to read that message. Oh, it's probably... Nope. I mean, I have mentioned I'm not very good at Dark Souls platforming, but... The message on the wolf is just kind of rude. So let's go back and get that, that broadsword upgraded. While I am pretty sure I have missed stuff basically everywhere, just because I'm not that observant, I think I'm going to keep pushing forward.
Well, 'tis good to see what needs.
Yeah, we have scales now as well. If I end up using the Cestus for anything other than parrying, it might not be a terrible idea to start getting that upgraded. You know, I'll have to keep that one in mind.
Prithee, be careful.
Right now I'm kind of focused on being more, using the straight swords. Where is... I don't know if the soul of a stray demon is going to be a twisted soul, but...
Aha, thou returned. So,
it apparently is. I guess it depends on how much it increases, but the alternative doesn't seem that useful to me.
now, do not be rude.
So what is our least use? That's actually a pretty decent increase. Oh yeah, and I want to check out what the Firekeeper set is as far as that goes. Also maybe check out the stats on some of the other armors we picked up. Well, Firekeeper set is, aside from the lack of poise, which doesn't... I'd say normally is somewhat relevant, but doesn't seem to be relevant anymore in this game. From what I've seen, poise just doesn't feel relevant. Defenses feel considerably more important, but... like this, it's a little bit of... I mean, it's mostly just getting slash in exchange for strike, but I think the loss of fire and lightning isn't worth it. Even with it no longer being at a point where it would put us above the 70% breakpoint. I do find it interesting that it's just a straight 70%, not or 70% is the upper bound rather than it being the lower bound of fat rolling. That's what I was trying to say. And we went to the left there. It had ashes. Our first ashes, actually. And stopping here actually reminded me to go back and check out Farron Keep and check out Firelink again. I had the souls to get the key. Is that anything? No, it is not. Basically, since I know my memory is not very good for these things, if I see something that looks at all suspicious, I'm checking it out now rather than saying that I'll file it away and then never ever checking it out. Because I think that's what happened everywhere so far. Okay, so the Crest Shield, which they're giving us some more 100% shields. I'm glad Frostbite works on humanoid foes. Because the range definitely makes it a little bit easier than when using the, That's a dog. Than when using the broadsword. Okay. Oh, we can't get up there right now, can we? Oh, we can. Oh, that hits a lot harder than anticipated. I should have healed. Well, we won't be damaged going up there, so... I don't know if it's actually faster, or if it's just it feels a little bit faster. I'm gonna... It is pretty close to, the point where it'll be able to one-shot, so... I was gonna say, that's weird that we didn't take very much damage, but I think I actually just got a healing proc rather than I didn't take much damage from that. The healing isn't much, but if you can go a whiles without taking a hit, it can add up. Not as much as like a Ring of the Evil Eye from prior games would, but this is just the same area we were in. Why is... Oh, because it's just separated by a pillar. Why do I have the feeling that would have done an absolutely stupid amount of damage if I hadn't killed them quickly? What the fuck are those? Oh, they're monks. One of them had a little bit more HP. Oh, they're pyromancers, that's what it is. So, an Estus Sharp, always good to get more. At the moment, with having 8 already. Huh. I suppose that's, supposed to be one of the spots for Sigurd, and I just haven't done quest. If I know. Oh, bonfire.
Merciful goddess, mother of the
That's gonna be an
forlorn,
appropriate comment.
who have no place to call their own. Please bear witness to our resolve. Fire for...
Oh, that I apparently got too far away.
Wait, you've the same scent as that woman. Then you must be an Ashen One. You must be. Oh, you don't know how long I've searched.
Well, obviously I don't know if this is, what the hell this is about, but the...
Don't mind me, didn't mean to fall apart.
Ariandel part
Ashen One, I have a kindness to ask of you.
is one of the DLCs.
In the cold land of Ariandel, I need you to show her flame. A proper flame that will burn the rot away. If you truly are ash, then it must be fire that you seek.
Yeah, I suspect this is the port to the DLC?
Thank you. They of ash never fail. Just a moment, then. The painting of Ariandel. Well, rotted scrap of it, that is. Go on. Take it. Touch it.
And now I'm kind of... oh, this is just going to take me there. Well, that's slightly unfortunate. The reason being is I don't think I hit the bonfire.
And then the ashes were too.
But it wouldn't surprise me if you hit refuse there, you basically just got locked out of the DLC. Prime... Is frostbite going to be a huge thing?
How very unusual. Rejoice, my new friend. For this, the cold and gentle painted world of Ekwick. Go along, as sweetly you're but you're safe, Ariandel. So, as sweet.
Okay. Well, upside. Provides us with a bonfire right off the bat. Hopefully we can get the fuck out. Indeed we can. Good. I was gonna say looking around proved to be advantageous, but it's a whip. Ah, both doors don't open from this side. So, the broadsword is definitely a little bit advantageous here because it just hits harder. which means that for most of these enemies it's a one-shot. Which, given that they do seem to be reasonably hard-hitting, is very much a good thing. Okay. So, I'm a bit surprised that we're actually getting souls for this, given that these enemies seem to be infinite. Well, shit. And we have what looks like a crystal thrall over there. Probably related to the Irilith proper, given what the description for some of the Irilith weapons and items have stated. Iritha? Irilith? I don't know. Oh, Astora Greatsword. I think that's the first Astora item we have come across. Or at least I've come across. So it seems like as I kill more of these that are just standing free, that they maybe are in areas where they aren't spawning additional ones? I think I want to clear this area out before I pick those up. Executioner's Greatsword and Fading Soul. So that wasn't too bad, mostly because a hit of Estus refills this entirely. Or close enough to entirely. That's odd that the ghosts make noise. That seems an odd decision. I am kind of curious about something. I would need to check it. What I'm thinking about is... Oh, those look like interesting enemies. Okay, I definitely want the broadsword just for damage purposes. And I'm tempted to run magic weapon for a little bit, just to, again, bump up our damage. I don't know how much damage these do is the only potential issue. I think the range is more important than the damage. So the... What? Why does... What's causing bleeding? I think it's something in our inventory, but fucked if I know what. Some Metal Gear Solid ass shit. Okay, so it's just eventually you stop bleeding. That's kind of fucked. I'm real glad they made the hitboxes on those big. In 2, they were frequently just almost fucking impossible with a lot of weapons. Your big weapons would bounce, your small weapons wouldn't kill them fast enough. Hello there, Crystal Pearl. Oh, and we get to see this time. Last time I had that happen, we clipped into a wall. Which was amusing, but not very good for demonstrating the boys broken pause. Had to think of the word there. Didn't remember how the hell to say it. Oh, I actually didn't notice that there was a path there. So that looks like a hidden passage. It's not, but it looks like it. Okay. Well, I see the one. We got hit with the grub attack, so we're going to be suffering ever-increasing bleed for a while. Presumably that's there's normally a message about a hidden wall there. What's the quickest way back to that bonfire? Oh, there. Having said all that, I'm not seeing the way forward yet. And something I've not checked on wooden doors in this game. Basically, Dark Souls 2 fucked with you a lot by having most things that are made of wood be breakable. Inherently, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, of course, that made chests breakable, that made a fair number of wooden doors breakable. And when you're looking at a door and it's locked and the key is your sword, it's always interesting. So I think with regards to that, we're mostly done over there. Yeah. I didn't think I got hit by the... Well, I shouldn't say I didn't think I got hit. I thought I had rolled. So that's a torch needed. So we apparently do need to grab a torch. Unfortunate. And this is... Some of that's me being greedy, some of that's me getting hurt by past greed. So I don't remember if I ran all the way to the end or not, because my memory is absolutely worthless. This would be a lot scarier in any other Dark Souls game. Blood loss just ain't that bad here. Ah. So they show a lot of things that look promising, and then the end result of them all seems to be crap here. Which is frustrating, but I've also not found the way forward yet. I mean, I'm not even 100% certain there is a way forward from here. The way forward might have been a different path off of the from the prior one. This might be kind of an end path of this area. Or it could have been that path full of respawning undead up top. Was there anything? There was not anything to the right here. Man, this was... Even for this, the bonfire's not particularly far. Yeah, and I went up there and fuck, I don't know. I suspect I'm just missing something. Well, I know I'm missing something, but... The issue is where? Oh, we have a lot more souls than I realized. Apparently something here is worth a decent chunk. I think it's the enemies that give the grubs, or it could be the fact that I've killed every... Well, no, it was probably that crystal thrall. And I know that these up here are worth 20, 22 because of our ring. This doesn't lead anywhere. It leads to death. Well, okay, I guess it leads to that area, but... I wonder if one-handed with its more sweeping motion would work a little bit better here. It bounces a little bit more, but it also uses a little bit less stamina. I think it's a worthwhile trade-off. It also means I can be a little bit more patient while searching through here. For the second time. Since the better sweeping motion will cover multiple enemies a little bit better. Which was the weakness of the two-handed. You kinda lose your sweeping attacks. And I grabbed that before. And unless... Yeah, there's just... All that does is it wakes them up. Oh, when they're in that form, they have they take less damage. Oh, and those also hit you with grubs. Oh, it's thorns this time. Presumably bone thorns. Actually, does this have the... Yeah, it has the same sweep, so... And it seemed to be a little bit less likely to bounce. Yeah, I didn't see anything up there. Unfortunately. Which suggests to me that it's probably the route around. And that would make sense because there's two doors that we don't have, well, don't have access to right now. Well, that went much worse than intended. Now, I don't recall there being anything of relevance up here. Oh, that was the torch thing. It's probably the torch is halting all progress. Or whatever the hell it is to open that door. The noise as we were walking past nothing, ultimately, made me jump. Because I'd forgotten about the blood loss already. You could say seems familiar about basically the entirety of the damn game. That's kind of the point. And it could be very easily argued that... Oh, I don't think I ran back here before. This looks new. No, I wasn't used to seeing it from that angle. I'm just done. One day, I will actually remember that the iframes are at the front of the roll, not the back. And on that day, playing a whole bunch of indie games where they are at the back of the roll will stop fucking with me in Dark Souls. Of course, most of the indie games just have them across the entirety of the roll. So yeah, let's go back, let's get a torch, let's, I think, level up twice. Fire cube? Where? Ah. Also, where did Cirrus go?
Welcome
Strange.
home, Ashen. Speak thine heart. Very well. Then touch the dark. Take nourishment.
Now, I think stamina is really what I want more than anything else right now.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Have
Oh yeah, we can buy Titanite shards.
Ashen One.
I keep forgetting that.
Tis good what needs smithing.
Oh, and my dumbass exited out of the level up menu instead of hitting accept. Where did we... Oh, it was just one of the items we picked up off the ground. So we've got a variety of options if we want to go Great Sword, including an Ultra Great Sword, surprisingly. That's interesting that that is strike rather than well, standard.
Be careful.
Welcome
So
home.
let's actually level up
Very well. Then take.
since I hit the wrong button.
Farewell, Ashen One.
let's... Since there is the distinct possibility it will need to be ignited. Oh, no, just... queuing. It just works. Which is good, because the flame butterflies and torch timer from 2 were annoying. As was the whole you can't... I really didn't want that game. As was the whole you can't use that hand for anything when you have a torch. In the lanterns, there weren't any number of things that would make it more convenient. Okay, so that enemy is... Oops, not following us. Oh, torch. Actually not useful. Good to know. Unless it is needing to be main-handed. Oh, that was dumb. I could have just dual-wielded. Okay. Yeah, I hear it. So, since I don't know what to do here, I am going to go to a different area. Where I also don't know what to do. Where... Like, I know that there's stuff for me to do in the Road of Sacrifices, I just... Nothing is coming to mind. Whereas I think, like here at least... The Undead Settlement, I know there's some areas where I just straight up couldn't find the way to, wasn't really capable of taking out sufficient number of enemies easily. I didn't have a setup for dealing with mob enemies at the time. Huh. Yeah, that's just the other side there. Neat. I suppose if you know what you're looking for, you could probably see the stray demon at the start there. Here I'm looking around a little bit more carefully because I don't think I did so first time through. And of course, with having no idea where the hell it is I've actually missed, oh yeah, there's just this. I'd forgotten that the first bonfire, well, second bonfire was like 10 feet away from the first one. Oh, all getting over there. Is there a way up onto that from down here? I'm not seeing it. Is there a path down from anything? basically, since nothing here is going to be especially dangerous because it seems like enemy health scales up with area, I am mostly interested in... Yeah, even that, which, given that it's a surprise attack, you'd think would do more damage. Not really that much. Huh. Marioing does a couple points of damage. Neat. Yeah, this one does more because it has a pick. I think the other one had like a bandit knife. And the bandit knife just is not very effective. No, hell, there's even an item I didn't pick up over here. Just a soul, but item all the same. Actually, let's use this for the longer range. I don't know why. This game I am more susceptible to getting kick inputs than any of the others. It's like if you have it forward at all, even if you were moving forward, sometimes it just decides to give you a kick input. Strange. Though definitely want to be one-handing just because it sweep attack. Huh. The running attack, single-handed anyway, does not kill those. Good to know. Oh hell, just the one-handed attack with the Irithel sword doesn't kill. This looks somewhat familiar, so I think I've been here, but... The downside of the broadsword. I mean, upside, those enemies don't do much damage. Warrior of Sunlight, huh? Oh. I'm surprised that that attack doesn't cause bleed. I think most enemies with hooks have tended to cause bleed in the past. If only there was a best of both worlds weapon. Like the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, which probably in this case is actually a best of both worlds option. Huh. So I'm a little bit confused there because apparently that attack has hyper armor. And I am confused by that because based off of other things that I have done, I was kind of under the idea that poise effectively didn't exist. Because hit stun doesn't give a shit about poise. So what I don't get on the spiked mace is why the NPC's animations are so much quicker than yours. Like, I dicked around with it and it's the actual weapon is too slow for 90% of the shit I wanted to do with it. Which is unfortunate. But it also, you know, it keeps it balanced for actual player use. It's just annoying when NPCs come along and, well, their animations seem to be mostly the same as yours, but sped up. No, I did dick around in the sewer. I remember the rats. They weren't threatening at the time, though. Yeah, and all of these were locked was the issue. I do like that with our straight swords there is a reason, and it's animation based, to not just always be two-handing. So I'm trying to get my bearings real quick. I think over here is the bonfire. I don't remember this. Oh, I do remember those fuckers, though. Unfortunate. And... okay, so this is the direction we went. It has the rats. Oh, apparently those hit hard. Well, the big one hits hard. Should probably heal up.
that bastard's curse.
That was pure luck. I thought that the second attack had killed it, and I actually got lucky by way of queuing. So Frostbite seems to do a decent chunk of damage when it goes off. Not every enemy is susceptible to Frostbite, so sometimes the broadsword's higher base damage is just a lot better. Okay, so I grabbed whatever item was back here. That one seems to be largely irrelevant. And it's not as aggressive. Oh, and that's our first stutter day. Or at least stutter on my end. Stutter on this computer's end. The game computer's end.
You like poking around in cells, do you? Ah, well, she's a lost cause. After I brought her all this way and got her all ready, she's beyond repair.
Who the
The
fuck
woman's a
are
lost
you?
cause. Couldn't even become a... She's beyond repair.
Okay. Have I gotten in there to talk to her somehow? Is that what that shithead's talking about?
The woman's a lot. Couldn't... She's...
Is it something through here? I don't think so. Which leads me to believe that in turn it's something out here. That seems a very large fall, but that over there does not. But can we... well... that looks a little bit smaller to my eye. I don't know that I'm seeing it correctly, though. No, I'm seeing the side parts, not the actual bottom. Okay. How in the hell do we get down there? Is that an option? No. And this is the... yeah, this is just the... freeze bonfire. I don't remember going off to the sides before, though. And that isn't a, I don't remember there being paths out to the side before. I have no idea. I definitely don't remember going down them. Oh, yeah, our good buddy. I don't even see the tower. We have the branch that I assume it just protects us from them. Since obviously he's still shooting. It wasn't overly damaging in the first place, it's just... Well, no, apparently it just makes it so that he attacks the enemies now instead of aiming for everything that's moving down here. I think as I was being shot at, I was not really willing to come up here and look through the... Oh, ashes. That's going to be some new stuff with the handmade. I wasn't willing to actually look around, and I didn't think to... No, that one actually had health. Come back and look around after getting that branch. I have to imagine that the giant also has a drop. I also have to imagine that I don't really give a shit about it. Because it's a very tiny area up there. And normally the reward for doing that is like a plus range ring or things of that nature. Things for character archetypes I don't enjoy playing in the first place. Although I am glad to see that if you know what the hell you're doing, apparently Lightning Spear can be gotten relatively early. Just a 20,000 gold investment, I think. So, there's the key. Oh, shit. I know now. These doors that I can't open. The reason that What's-His-Face was sitting there talking about you poke around in cells is because that's the door to the cell. Which is why when we come up here... I have no clue then. Yeah, that just doesn't look makeable. No, that doesn't seem right. I have less clue now than before. That probably is the most makeable. Worst case scenario, I die, I drop the 15,000 souls here. Looks like you need to come up from below for that. Very nearly worst case scenario. So, not anything useful for us. That is also not especially useful. It does not want to target. So one-handing actually seems to be somewhat useful in that we have... Oh, nice. I don't think it's actually useful, but one-handing seems to be somewhat useful in that the attacks take a lot less stamina. Be wary of right, you say? Does that person just not know their directions? So, there's skeletons here. They're probably a much bigger deal if you're not two-shotting them. Definitely not the same spookiness as the skeletons from 1. On the other hand, the weapon that I have might be what is making it not a big deal. Magic weapons and infused weapons of any kind are somewhat rare. Loincloth, huh? Oh, Velka. Interesting. Now, have I fucked up by coming down here? I mean, worst case scenario, I can always just homeward bone. Since I am somewhat averse to using those, I always tend to have a fair number. Skeleton ahead is good. A don't give up skeleton would also be quite solid. But this feels... oh, yeah. Guess who's blind? You don't have to guess. It's me. It's always me.
Who is there? Someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me. The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me.
What is it with firekeepers being weird here? Or even people who are trying to be firekeepers?
Yes, there you are. So close, indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Karim.
came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then. I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead? Oh,
Okay,
thank you,
so
sweet champion. I shall
probably
take
the
my
Miracle
vows.
Cellar, the one that I had
I, Irina of Carim,
previously
solemnly swear to serve you.
said seems to be missing. Thankfully, it opens from that side.
You've gone and rescued her, have you?
Oops.
Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Egon, a knight of Carim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long. What's the matter? My terms are very simple. I am allied to you for as long and only.
Yeah. I got no problems with that. So, up, which is where I think it'll lead, goes to, well, the Goth equivalent. That sounded like Sigurd.
I help anytime.
So I don't think there's anything else up here. But it sounded like we could have seen Sigurd on the elevator. Yeah, okay, so there were... I wasn't paying enough attention to the floor, but there was definitely seemed to be a couple spots we could have eventually rolled to. Ah. Don't necessarily care for doing that with our current soul total, but... Ah, there we go.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You have me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift.
I'm glad you figured out to step on it
On
and
some days I
walk
begin
off,
to doubt
Sigurd.
myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road. I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
Well,
I could try to...
interestingly, there does not seem to be an easy way, that I can see anyway, to return. And
No! You should have waited!
Whoop. Well, I was gonna say putting these souls in peril, but, well, my own actions put the souls in peril. Where is the bonfire closest to the teleporter? Is it... I know there is one. I think it just is this. Is this it's just through the sewers? Well, I say just through the sewers, but there's a little bit after that as well. I thought I had one-handed the weapon when demonstrably had not. I have 9 sips. I don't know why I'm being so, Well, that went astoundingly poorly, but it is what it is. Which one do we have here? Well, I reacted too slowly, so we're going down. On the other hand, is the bonfire for this right here? It is not. It's through this. That would be a shorter path. Indeed it is. So the Road of Sacrifices one is the one that is closest. And of course is considerably less dangerous. And has fond memories, because it's where I got this weapon. I wish the camera would let us see what's below that without me needing to roll off of it first. I mean, it's probably just death, but... Yeah, it took a little bit of damage, not a big deal.
I could try talking.
No! You should have waited! Well, it's too late now. I, Sigurd of the Knights of Catarina, fight by your side! Ah!
Oh, that hurts a lot more than I anticipated. Oh, and that one is not a generous hitbox on the player side. Yeah, I think this is the first enemy we've fought in a while that actually could hit around its feet. And there will not be a elevator at the bottom. Somewhere around here is a switch. Yeah, it looks like it's just a... not a bottomless pit. What the hell? Okay, I'm gonna need to remember to check that out. I'll always take a little bit of damage from that, but I don't think it's, generally speaking, going to be that big a deal. Since I need to get right up close anyway, I don't think the weapon choice will matter.
It's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Catarina, fight by your side.
Oh, that... Thankfully, while that hits very, very hard, does not have that much health.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We Unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine. Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
Okay. Sigurd is a strange one. First, I suppose Sigmire and Hugh from Hugh as well are also fairly strange. Oh, hey, that's gonna drop as soon as before we pick up the item. It's not even a very, well, it's probably useful to people that actually tend to use items. I tend to just leave it on Estus and never bother. 2 had me using items pretty well. By which I mean life gems. Then again, 2 also was the only one I've done so far where I actually did spellcasting. Well, first first go around. How did we get... Oh, we probably get up on that somehow. I don't see a drop down, so it's probably a jump. Let me stand on that and... Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh. I think that's the right thing, I just am not doing it correctly. Northern gear. Oh, huh. And a pale tongue, whatever the hell that is. Okay, it's not an important item. Interesting. Oh, so to invade or be invaded, or to be invaded, I guess I should say, you need to be a embered, so you have an advantage. Okay, so I think we are done with the part of the area I could see. Now I just need to figure out where the path through that I saw before was. Because I think this is just back up to where the Alluring Skull was. But yeah, that Stray Demon fight was interesting, mostly because it just had a absolutely powerhouse attack. Nearly one-shot us despite actually having pretty decent HP right now. I am definitely feeling like a complete idiot because I don't know where the hell to go, though. That neither feels nor looks right. And this is just the alert. Where the hell? Unless the answer is Homeward Bound, which I don't think the game is typically set up that way. And requiring fall damage after a boss seems strange. And besides that, that looks way too far. I'm not sure that would be survivable even with stuff to mitigate fall damage. Each time I hit a wall with this, the bounce animation makes it look kind of like the sword is breaking. Which is amusing because I know that's more of a DS2 thing. Oh fuck it, I have Homeward Bones. Yeah, let's just go to the shrine. We have 20,000 souls. We have ashes. Turn in. I'm curious as to where the Arena, I think her name is.
Ah, gracious. Passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment.
Morticians.
I only hope these new wares content thee.
Probably new consumables, would be my guess. Looks to be the case. Oh god, there's fucking toxin in this game too. Interesting. So I assume that the resins are stronger than... Oh, and human is dark in this case. Brave key. Oh. Oh, and the both charcoal pine resin and charcoal pine bundles are at the point of not having a specific amount anymore, as are, for that matter, the rotten pine resin.
Ashen one.
So that is our pyromancer. This is the only sorcerer we have now.
Speak thy desire, honorable.
And some of it seems more, like I would expect her to be selling hexes as well. So, while she does not use the scrolls, I suspect that's... maybe she eventually will? Maybe I need to do further her quest. Okay, so she is opposite the sorcerer, which makes sense.
Welcome back. I was not meant to be a firekeeper, but I am honored to serve you beside the bonfire. The gods are ever merciful. My gratitude lies with them and with you. I am yours now. Your wish is my command.
Now, we don't do miracles, so not really relevant. That would probably be useful if we did spells much.
Oh, you've brought me a Braille Divine Tome. Now I can tell new tales of miracles. Tales of the greater miracles can be quite the epics. What fun we will have. Oh, what's this? Champion of Ash, this divine tome is forbidden. These are dark tales of things that lurk deep within men. These stories would not please you. Of course, if you insist, I will read them for you. Only... oh, they frighten me so. The little creatures that nibble at me in the darkness.
Okay, so presumably these... is that a dark one? Fuck, I don't know. Presumably the dark ones have some sort of effect on her. Or maybe I was just given the,
Have a pleasant journey, Champion of Ash.
giving the book has some sort of negative effect on her. I don't know. We shall see. By which I mean, if it's just giving her the book, we shall see. Because I'm not buying miracles. Wow. That's,
Welcome home, speak that. Very well. Then touch the darkness with it.
I was trying to remember the armor. I can't. Do we have enough for 2 levels? Luck really does not seem like it's worthwhile. How many? Oh, it's actually just every 2. Well, I think it's 10 for the first one, so it's shortened to get to that second one. That's a pretty hefty increase on that broadsword for just 2 points of strength. But I may end up getting 2. Similarly, that second point of vigor is a decent chunk of HP. Getting almost 100 HP would be useful. Yeah, I might just end up going for 20s almost across the fucking board. I'm also tempted to bump up intelligence, though. Reason being on that one is that we have Greater Magic Weapon, or Great Magic Weapon, I think it is actually called. And that would be nice to have on the broadsword. Bump its attack up a little bit more.
Farewell, Ashen One.
But there's the matter of, well, that's a 5-point investment. Also, where the fuck do I go now? Since I couldn't figure out anything more here. You know, we have Arena now, but... And I have some level of doubt that I didn't get everything here. I mean, my level of doubt is mostly because everything else has way more teleports. And, like, I know I have something to unlock here. I have no fucking clue, though. I mean, hell, the Cemetery of Ash and the Firelink Shrine, last time I went there, I was able to discover stuff I had missed. So, if I hit this up, I'll definitely, well, I shouldn't say definitely, almost definitely discover more stuff that I had missed. Yeah, do I have stuff to upgrade our weapons?
Just what?
Apparently I have a lot of Titanite shards. I should give these weapons a little run through. I'll probably do it off screen again. And I could get a couple upgrades for the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, which that might be pretty good. I don't know if, since the Twinkling Titanite says that it's to +4, I don't know if the Twinkling Titanite weapons have fewer upgrades. It would make sense. I think they did in other games. Well, I should say in 1, since that's the most directly comparable one. I think in 2 everything could go to +10 or +15. I don't remember. I'll probably have a chance to get more scale, and I do kind of like the moveset for the Hollow Slayer. Since we can just purchase more of that. If I do end up infusing that with something. It does strike me as strange that lest doesn't have lightning scaling. It does have faith scaling, but I don't get it.
Pretty be careful.
Might be like blessed weapon from that one or two. Let's see if I missed anything at the Crystal Sage on the way to the to its subsequent bonfire. I know it's like 20 steps, but there's always the chance that I miss something relatively minor. Oh, I thought that was the path. Must be on the other side. I mean, if that had been the path, that would have definitely been something I'd missed. Huh? Oh yeah, the moaning of the pike enemies. It sounded kinda like Sigurd for a second. Oh, I don't... I don't remember this enemy being here. I certainly don't... Wow, it... Maybe there is a negative for dropping down to empty stamina. Fuck that noise. Especially against this dingus. Okay, so this path is actually a little bit longer than I was remembering it as. But all the same, I don't think there's really any offshoots on it. Right up here is the bonfire. And there was something down there. But I picked it up. Swapping over to this because I seem to recall several of the enemies have a little bit too much health for the Rithil sword. Oh no, it doesn't matter here. It's once we hit up the next bonfire that enemies have too much health. I wonder. Is there anything we can get to by jumping from over here? No, it appears that that is intentionally walled. It might be makeable, but despite being at a spot where I should have been able to make that jump, they definitely appear to have put an invisible wall there. That's fine, I don't think there's... it would have led us to anything. So, not real sure that's a big deal. Was there anything over here? Doesn't look like it. Now we're getting to the point where we want the broadsword equipped. That doesn't lead anywhere. This has 2 doors that I can't figure out. I did knock on both of them. I think. I definitely knocked on that one before. There was something there. I'm usually tempted to hit the kind of flatter spots on walls or where they are like compacted dirt instead of brick. But that's more of a Now, one of the prior ones seemed to suggest that somebody would be, like, maybe in that well? On that well? I have no idea. And this doesn't seem to lead anywhere is the issue. Oh yeah. I don't need to be dual wheel or holding this with both my hands. The sweeping attack is better here. So, what I'm wondering is if the torch is useful here. I find it kind of interesting that the torch looks quite a bit like the sorcerer's staff just on fire. Oh, I did go down this route. I kinda needed to get into the damn thing. Yeah, and we've been over there, so that's not a new route either. If you could make that jump, it wouldn't be that helpful. Yeah, maybe it's over there. Maybe that's our new, our route. How do we get down there? Yeah, I don't think I've been down here. Or if I have, I sure don't remember it. I don't know that I saw this before. Yeah, because this allows us to get on top of the cathedral. Oh hell, this was the area I was just in. So yeah, just by virtue of not knowing where I was going. So I want to try not attacking too much. The paths here are a little bit narrow. And besides that, these enemies aren't that aggressive. Oh. That was very shiny. I want to see if maybe over in this building there is a... Oh, okay, so those enemies set themselves on fire and then try to hug you. Great shield. Probably pretty good against curse, but huh. So when it was talking about torch required ahead, it was mentioning them for the skeleton things out there. Definitely am not finished up here, though. I wasn't really sure where exactly we were, was why I decided to check that one out, but at least it's a shortcut of sorts. The old one-way door. Coins, I think those are luck. But this is the only way forward for us that I have seen. Looks like our path forward is down. And I nearly beefed it right out the gate. Okay, thankfully those enemies don't have a lot of health, but I think we will be wanting to two-hand the broadsword. I don't even... Oh. Came from the same place the rest of them came from, which is somewhere. See that priest? Those are always a little bit difficult. Should probably be going with the Erythal one here just for... Oh, it's a different type of priest than what I thought it was. I think. So, this area seems to be in love with those enemies. Oh, that is... I understand now why, the Flamberger was such a feared weapon. Just seeing it, be wielded by one of those, it looked positively wicked. Oh, hey, that's a one of the enemies we've seen before. They are a little bit tricky because they actually roll. I'm guessing Sigurd is supposed to be there making soup. Fortunately. Hit stun is kind of king here. Which I have to imagine would make some of the quicker weapons really powerful. Rapiers, things of that nature. I didn't use them too much. They certainly seemed pretty good. Just not my style. Also, I was trying it at about the time when we were going up against a whole bunch of... A whole bunch of mobs. Mob enemies, and that just didn't work out very well. So I have to expect that there will be a whole bunch of I was expecting little bastards. Trolls. But then again, that's kind of what I expect anytime I see enemies just sitting around here is that they will be protected by thralls. So I think my guy might be really dumb. Those are clearly pull handles. I mean, there's not hinges, so I'm not sure it really matters. Hello there, giant. Oh, it's a slug. That's right. I am seeing that I probably should get a weapon infused with fire. The game was even kind enough to give us a fire gem relatively recently. Was there anything the other side? No. I just couldn't remember. I'm not real sure I looked, to be honest. So that's a neat little pyromancy talisman. Rubbish, you say? No, deep gem, I don't... Oh yeah, that's the I think that's dark, it's supposed to be humanity-based. Obviously there's not liquid humanity in this game, but... For some reason, I suspect that bringing out the torch will just light me on fire. And I'm not really into self-immolation. Oh. Oh, neat. That provides a shortcut. That was the wrong direction. Now this is the first time I've run out of Estus before finding a bonfire in a while. Aside from when I have... Okay, so that also is not very beneficial. Now we... Oh, we have actually not been over here. I thought I had. Well, it's possible we have. But I'm saying that entirely because there's just no enemies. Oh, this leads to the bonfire. That's good. And that's good for two reasons. The first of which is, well, that means that all of that progress, including that shortcut, is saved. Oh, that makes sense now. Do I still have it in inventory? I do not. So what that mentioned is that the Morn's stuff is given to Knights of Cream. And we have the... Oh, well actually this actually also said Knights of Cream. So that's just me not paying attention to items I've been given. And if we do make a fire weapon, this would probably be useful to put on, probably in place of the life ring for now, maybe in place of the covetous silver serpent ring if I don't think I need souls. I think I will probably keep that on for a while, because I will likely always need souls. I don't think there is
Ashen One.
any equipment upgrades I can make right now. Not to things I'm currently using anyway. And infusing is limited very much. It seems to be just the items that are regular Titanite. Which is interesting. Anyway, since I have no idea what I want to spend those souls on, if anything right now, that's going to be it for me. Thank you for watching, and I will be back with more of this Monday. I'll also be doing a little bit of streaming on Sunday, but that's for Kuso Grande, so Brossentia is always a good time. So, anyway, thank you for watching, and hope to see you soon.